people give praise to the 750 big time online. To me, shit, I wanted the 600 and figured if I get something bigger than a 600, I'm just gonna get 1,000. Okay, let me break it down to you. I feel like the 600 is the perfect amount of power. It's where the limit ends at, as far as you don't want more power than this without rider aids. Like, nah. That's why I don't want no K6 GSXR and all of that. I feel like 125 to the crank, 45 pound-feet of torque. Hey, that's the max without having traction control, ABS, and shit like that. Because anything more powerful than that, you're going to carry more speed all the time. And carrying more speed all the time is going to increase the chance that you need rider aids. And it's not just because of how you drive or ride. It's because of all of the other people out here too. People texting and driving. Motherfuckers slapping their children in the back seat for wasting coffee in their lap and all of this shit. The way you see a car and they coming towards you and they in their lane, and all of a sudden they do a quick dip into your lane and then back into their lane because they just swatted at their kid in the back seat, and you're like, oh shit, you know what I mean? And it's the bullshit like that that may cause you to grab a handful of brake. You know what I mean? Even though you may have been riding for 30 years, man, you'll see some bullshit out here that make you grab a handful of brake, some shit you ain't never did before. So that was my logic and reasoning behind not getting a 750. It wasn't because of the power, the weight, or whatever. That's perfect on the 750. Everything is perfect about the 750 except for the fact that it crosses the threshold to where I feel rider aids are needed because you're carrying speed. And it's not needed because of the rider skill. It's needed because of everything else out here, the environment. That's why you need it, the environment. There's too many crazy drivers and people not paying attention. And with you carrying speed like that all the time, you need all the rider aids. I know it's in the throttle hand. But at the same time it's in the throttle hand, those bikes carry more speed. It's just like, okay, in my Scat Pack, it's high torque and more horsepower than my Lexus, right? My Lexus a V6. I don't know, 280 horsepower or some shit. I don't know, a little bit of torque. Okay, my Scat Pack, 485 horses. Shit, 400 foot-pound of torque, some shit like that. It's 400 or something. So it's just automatically, it doesn't like to go slow. The Scat Pack doesn't. It's like when it's going slow, it's like it's just geeking. It's geeked up. It's geeking. It's jerky. It don't want to ride right. So when you drive it at a better pace, it drives better. So you end up carrying more speed everywhere you go, and it's a natural thing. And I know it's just like the throttle hand. Yeah, your foot. Just control your foot. But you also tend to drive cars and ride bikes according to how they were made. They were made to go fast. They're going to drive better when they're fast. And a cruiser, shit, they were made to cruise on. So I don't want to see you out here with your damn cruiser pent going down the interstate, you get a head shake on a damn cruiser, it's over with. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, they ain't made for that shit. So that's why I don't even understand these folk with these damn baggers getting these big CC kits to put on their Harleys and shit. Man, that shit ain't made for that shit. The aerodynamics ain't there. It ain't built for that shit. And yeah, Harley got some baggers, they be racing and shit now in some kind of little league or circuit or whatever. But your shit you buying out of Harley Davidson store ain't got that Olin suspension and that whole little setup like that, man. It's just like a race car versus a consumer car off the dealership. You got a proper car from the dealership and turn it into a race car. So I mean, and when you turn it into a race car, it ain't all that good for the damn street no more. So if you get a Harley and put all that damn shit on it, man, that shit ain't too much damn good for the street. For the street no more. I don't care what nobody say, man. You buy that shit, ride that shit for how it was meant to be. So these little 600s, man, they carry the right amount of speed for the street and all that shit. It ain't a lot of torque, but you can work for it. So it ain't, the torque ain't a problem. All that, it ain't enough usable power in a 600. That's bullshit. You know what I mean? It's people out here on Ninja 500s and fucking scooters and shit in the city, you know what I mean? Hell, on the interstate too. I seen motherfuckers on Ninja 500s on the interstate, real talk. So that's bullshit, really. But so that 600 carried the right amount of power not to have rider aids. But best believe now, it's at the end of the spectrum. Any more power than the 600, boy, you gonna need that ABS, traction control and shit like that. Man, it raining outside. You got these crazy ass drivers out here not paying attention. Motherfucker swerve in front of you out the blue. You know what I mean? Shit, with a wet road and high horsepower and shit like that, man, you need them rider aids. So that's my only argument against 750. And motherfucker gonna say it's driver skill every time, but I ain't talking about driver skill. That's like say, man, I don't want one of them old 1000s though. I don't want that shit. I don't want that shit. Back in the day, I ride 600s. It's perfect amount. I don't give a damn. It's the perfect amount. I ain't want no 1000. I never wanted a 1000, but now, shit, the 1000s are easier to ride than this little 600 I'm on. And it's got all the rider aids, all the rider modes. But it's still torquey like you on a damn naked when you get on the interstate. And you can go far, you know what I mean? You can travel on one. And the body positioning of it is just like the rest of the sport bikes, you know what I mean? And that's cool. I ain't for the argument of if you want to go far, get you a damn cruiser or some shit. I like twisties and back roads, and plus the sport bike promote being in shape. Man, you ain't gonna have no sport bike if you ain't moderately in shape. I don't just want no motorcycle that gonna let me get lazy now and just let me get out of shape. Nah, fuck that. That's for people with health problems, or it's too late. They already out of shape, or they obese and they still want to enjoy and have their fun too, or they just like the style. Cause I ain't hating. It can be all that, but don't let that crowd come tell me, oh, that shit they're gonna have your back hurting. Nah, just cause your back hurting don't mean mine gonna be hurting. Nah, that shit ain't. It don't go like that. Let people ride what they want to ride, but this sport bikes do promote being in shape, because you just ain't gonna ride these shits if you out of shape like that. You can be fat. There's some fat people that's in shape though and strong than a motherfucker. So you gonna be in shape on these goddamn sport bikes now. You gonna be in shape on these sport bikes. I don't care what you say. But I could take 1,000 and ride for 3-4 hours to get somewhere. Shit, I don't give a damn. I get on my little 600 right now. I've been on this bike an hour and something now already, an hour and a half, and I'm going farther and farther away from the crib.